Ringo TV Reactions, back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Let's get right into the content. For a long time, the media been publishing these images to make Karmelo Anthony appear as if though he's this good, clean, stand-up kid that just go to school, take care of his grades, stay out of trouble. And the images that they post of Austin and his brother is that of two white guys with, rifles, look like they're hunting down ninjas, look like they're racist. This is typical of what black people love to publish, even though these photos is actually of the young men when they were with their father, pretty much hunting, learning how to hunt, something that a lot of black youth don't got. A lot of black youth never spend time with their father. They never get to do that. So they grow up emotional. They never learn how to shoot a gun. They don't know how to tie a tie. They really don't even know anything because daddy wasn't home to raise them because mama was too busy, living her worst life. So what they do is they post these images. They make Karmelo look like a stand-up guy with a suit, like he just stays out of trouble, go to school, go to church, and it looked like he's this decent quality kid that just stays out of the way. At the same time, the leaked photos that are on the internet pretty much reveal a dark, sinister side of Karmelo Anthony that the media don't want to show you, right? And this dark, sinister side shows him with his gang-related friends. His gang-related friends that we got on his Instagram, that's right. And you're going to have a lot of trolls, a lot of people saying, oh, these photos is fake, blah, 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 and all this other nonsense. No, this is real because I got the Instagram page and Karmelo is holding a gun and posing, throwing up gang signs, and he's with his goons. So I want to know what exactly is the difference between this photo and, the photo that you see them publishing on the web like this. See, the two young men with the guns, they're hunting. They're involved in a sport. That's why they have on their camouflage. See, this is typical of what young men do when they're training and when they're understanding different things of life. Now, this photo is not of Karmelo hunting or training or with his dad. No, he's with thugs. And this is the lifestyle that a lot of people are unable to see because of racism. Because of so many black racists in the world, they're unable to see the truth about what's really going on. You see, Austin died because of this thug, this gangster. If you just look at the photo, I had to blur out the middle finger because that's not allowed on YouTube. But these are photos, sinister photos of how evil this particular young man is and how the public is going to hide this truth because they want him to appear like this. It's so interesting how a photo can make somebody look clean. It can make them look like they done no dirt. Isn't that interesting? It's also interesting. I just went live and nobody came into the live chat to tell me what's going on, and none of those people are back. Isn't that amazing? All of those people that were there, they disappeared. This is what I mean about social media, man. It's really, really crazy. But nonetheless, let's just focus on the content. We're just going to go full steam ahead and not worry about who's here or what's what. We're just going to put out the content because I realize that I'm the only one that is on the internet that actually stands for truth. And there are too many black racists. So I don't expect you black racists to stand with me. I really don't expect you to do that because you're a racist. And at the end of the day, you're going to ignore the facts. Again, for those that are coming in the building, the photo that's on the left is a photo of the two white men learning how to hunt. They have on their attire for hunting, which is camouflage, the fatigues This is typical of what you would use when you're hunting with your dad. You know, something black men just don't got. A lot of black men never were raised with their father, so they never had no daddy time. They never had no fun time with dad. They never been out in the field. They never did target practice. They never learned how to shoot a gun. They never even learned how to drive a car from their father. So because of this, there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of hate. So when they see photos like this, rather than them acknowledge it as, hey, these are photos of the father and his son, no, they take these and they put it side by side with Karmelo to make it look like it was Karmelo versus these thugs with guns. In other words, anybody that's holding a gun is a thug. Well, if that's the case, then we got to look at the photos over here, because this photo is on Karmelo's Instagram. That's right. Karmelo have an old Instagram page that is up from 2023. And on that page, it reveals the facts that he's a thug, that he's throwing up gang signs, that he hangs with goons, and that he hangs with guns. And what a lot of people don't understand is they've been painting Karmelo as this weak kid, 130 pounds, but this dude was on the football team. Let me see if I can pull up that clip real quick, because people don't understand this. If you're on the football team, that means you can take a hit. That means that you're not weak, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they had to paint Karmelo as if though he's this weak kid that is not strong, and you know, he's vulnerable and anybody could come in and take advantage of him. And that's not the case, guys. That is not the case. Let me see if I can bring up this photo on the screen real quick to show you your man Karmelo. Because again, they paint him as if though he's this weak kid who can't fight, who's not tough, who just didn't want no play. No, this dude was on the football team. So when you understand that and you put in everything into action, there's Karmelo right there in the middle. Do you see that? So Karmelo was jealous of Austin. Karmelo was jealous because Austin was a better player. That's what it was really about, ladies and gentlemen. Karmelo was jealous, and this is something they don't want to tell you. This is the facts. You see that? See, what I'm trying to show you is there was a rivalry going on. And what happened was the issue between Karmelo and Austin didn't just start. It didn't just started over no seat. This is an issue that been going down for a minute. This have a lot to do with jealousy. This have a lot to do with performance. And this young man that you guys been painting as this honor student is actually a thug, a goon. And this is something that people just don't want to acknowledge. You see, when Karmelo is not on the field, Karmelo is in the streets. And this is his lifestyle, hanging with the thugs, hanging with the goons and holding guns. And this is exactly what he's into. This is the kind of night, this is the kind of life, this is the kind of man that you guys been protecting this whole time. And the whole time that y'all been doing this young man had evil intent. These are photos, real photos from his Instagram. And there's more real photos that I had to alter because YouTube don't allow you to have your middle finger up. And basically, look at his face, guys. Look at the face of this guy. Do this look like a man, a young man that have good intentions? Do this look like a young man that really have God in his life? This is a devil, a man that murdered a young man, and y'all letting him get away with it because he's black. That's what's so sick about this world. The black community is racist, man, and I'm totally disgusted by it. I don't want nothing to do with you guys. I'm just sorry. I don't want nothing to do with the black community, man. You people are evil, man. You guys are literally defending a murderer. When that man was released from the so-called jail, did you see his face? We're going to talk about that in other videos in the day. We got a lot of videos to do today. I'm going to probably be on overtime today. You understand? And you have all these people talking about Photoshop, this, that. You people are fucking idiots, man. I tell you already, I got the whole damn page. You understand? I got his so-called Instagram. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull this up. Give me a minute. What the heck? Is the stream good? Let me know if the stream is good, because I think it just came off and went back on. Let me know if the stream is good. Let me know if the stream is good. There's one thing about these folks, man. They just be out here bugging out. They don't even understand what's going on, man. We got the whole Instagram. We got everything, fam. It is what it is. Y'all people out here bugging out, bro. Like, seriously, man. It's like anytime Ringo TV publish content, right? People want to talk ish. People want to act like they don't know. People want to act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Nah, we got the Instagram talking about Photoshop this, Photoshop that. Photoshop these nuts. You see this damn link right here? You see that link that's in the chat? That link right there shows his Instagram. So what the fuck you gonna tell me now? The fuck out of here. You damn clowns always want to talk ish when Ringo TV bring out the damn receipts. You see the receipts right here? Boom, join April 2023. Don't tell me a damn thing, bro. Go look for your damn self. We bringing out the receipts raw and uncut. The hell you talking about? Photoshop. Photoshop these nuts. Now you feel like a damn idiot. Now go put that in your pipe and smoke it. This dude is a straight up thug, and you guys been entertaining him and putting him out there as if though he's this innocent young man doing the right thing. No, the man is a devil. The man is a damn thug, and he been living this thug life for a long time, and y'all been siding with him because he black. No, the man is out there committing crimes. The man is out there with the intent to kill, and y'all released him because y'all put up all this money. Now imagine this, guys. Karmelo and his fam been raising money to the point where their so-called fundraiser was up to over $500,000. Now you tell me, the judge is corrupt. Everybody's corrupt in the case. Everybody is corrupt. The judge is corrupt because they lowered down his so-called bail and he was able to get out, but yet he's raising all of this money. Literally $500,000 is being raised. So let me get this straight. They're helping him to raise money so he can fight the case. The judge is literally helping him to raise money to fight the case. Well, if he already raised money for the bail, then what's the point? What's the point of lowering the bail? He was getting it through the fundraiser. What's the point of doing that? Because the whole system is corrupt. You guys are harboring a murderer, and that's the problem. This man is a thug, holding guns and photos. Does that look like a good kid? Does that look like a kid that's on the honor roll? Look at his fam. Look at his friends. What are these guys up to? These guys are gangsters and goons. They're up to no good. I had to blur out the guy hand putting up the middle finger. Anytime you see people putting middle fingers up in photos, they're saying F you. You know what I mean? We out here in these streets. Now, out of all them thugs, who the one holding the gun? Karmelo. So why y'all not publishing that photo? Why y'all not doing that, fam? Instead, y'all want to focus on making him look like he's this good kid. You know what I'm saying? Like this is him right here with a suit. That's not how he dressed every day. Y'all trying to make Karmelo look like he go to church, like he's out there, you know, getting good grades. No, he's a thug. He's a thug and a murderer. And when he was released from the jail, you saw it all over his face, to the point where his attorneys and people had to grab him by the hand and drag him to the SUV. He didn't even know how to move. You know why? Because he's guilty. That's not the face of a young man that is confident. And what's so sad is the black community uphold this animal as if though he's some sort of a hero in the black community. You know what they're calling him right now on YouTube? The FBA hero. They're calling him an FBA hero, which means a foundational black American hero. How you gonna call this young man a hero for stabbing another man in the heart? He's so much of a coward, he couldn't even put up his hands to fight. How you gonna tell me you a so-called football player, but you ain't have no hands? You a football player, but you ain't have no hands? No, you making yourself look bad, clown. You making yourself look bad, because I'm gonna tell you one thing. Here's the thing that you folks gotta understand. There is no money for me in making this content because ain't nobody viewing. I don't gain subscribers when I do this kind of content because people get mad and they unsubscribe. So at the end of the day, when you tell me I'm looking bad, no, you looking bad, because what I'm doing is I'm risking it all to show the truth. If I wanted to gain subscribers, all I got to do is just dance with the other coons that are siding with Karmelo. If I wanted to make money and get a lot of views, all I got to do is be on Team Karmelo and my views will go straight to the top. You know why? Because I'm dancing with the devil. All of you so-called content creators that are dancing with the devil to try to please these damn racist blacks are doing it for the dollar. I'm not. I'm doing what I'm doing so that I can get the story out there. And I ain't gaining nothing from it. So when people looking at me talking about, oh, you looking bad. Well, if me looking bad means bringing the truth, then I'm going to look bad. Fuck out of here. Talking about I'm looking bad. I'm looking bad for standing for the truth when you got a damn killer out here that murdered someone and blacks are celebrating. You people are animals and disgusting. Like if this was your son that died, you would not be celebrating Karmelo. If Karmelo killed Marquise in the ghetto, nobody would care. There would be no public outcry. Nobody would be interested in the story. But because it involves a white kid, all of a sudden now it became a race issue. And what does the black community do as they always do? Ban with the black kid. Why? Because he's black. Not because he did something wrong, not because he did something right, because of their own internalized racism, because they hate white people with a passion, and because they feel like they're getting some get back. In other words, he killed one of them, we're happy. So let's band with this brother. Let's band with him. Well, he's a thug. He is not no damn honor roll student. No, he's just another thug with a so-called gun who's out here perpetrating a fraud. And people out here trying to confuse him with this father and his two sons. Y'all took away a father's son. And then y'all try to take dirt from the father's past by bringing up his old arrest record from 2011. How sick could you people be? His so-called arrests from 2011 have absolutely nothing to do with this case, but you people are so busy trying to find dirt that you would go in the past hunting for the father, but yet you damn ninjas don't even got a daddy that could take you out to the range because you never was raised with your daddy. So what you do, you take the photo of this white kid and his brother, which are photos of them out hunting and doing this and playing sports and doing various other things, and you paste it next to this damn animal with a suit on him to make him look like this intelligent young boy. But he's not really as intelligent as you think. He's just another demon. Because we got the photos, we got the Instagram, we got all the information. And the truth of the matter is Karmelo Anthony is a thug. A thug. You understand? And we're going to keep the pressure up to show the world the truth. Because here on Ringo TV Reactions, we the only YouTube channel that speak the truth. Everybody else, all they do is lie for a YouTube check. All you got to do is go to everybody's channel that's talking about Karmelo Anthony. Look at their views and compare it to mine. Look at their views and compare it to mine. All of the platforms that is siding with Karmelo Anthony are getting all the views, which mean they're making all the money. There is no money in speaking the truth. When you speak the truth, you don't make no money. Of course, as a content creator, you make money when you make videos. But when you make videos like this, you don't get no love. You know why? The black community will turn against you. You don't make no money because nobody watches your video. You don't get nobody sharing your videos because nobody cares about the truth. So when you tell me that I'm doing something wrong, you're crazy. Because if I wanted to make money, all I got to do is just act like I care about Karmelo like everybody else and just get my coin and keep it pushing. Because at the end of the day, none of these content creators care about Karmelo. It's just a money grab. You viewers that are out there don't even understand how social media work. Content creators don't give a fuck about Karmelo Anthony. They just telling a story to get $1. But y'all be thinking that these guys are really supporting him because they want to stand for justice. These guys, if they wanted to stand for justice, they would be speaking against the black community. Where are all of these black content creators that are going hard in the paint for Karmelo Anthony? Why aren't they talking about all the black on black crime that's going on in the hood? Why they're not in the hood? Why they're not preaching to the lost? Why they're not out in the projects talking to the kids and the youth? Why they're not being role models to these youths? Why they're not talking about all the crime stories of black men killing black women, black men killing babies, black men selling drugs and robbing cars and stealing and shooting? Why they're not talking about none of these things? Because there's no money in that. There is no money in talking about black on black crime. Why? Because the black community is going to hear about themselves. And the last thing the black community hate is hearing about accountability. They don't want to hear about themselves. They want to hear about what the white man is doing. Well, look right there at the photo. That is the real Karmelo Anthony. The real Karmelo Anthony is that he's a thug, and that's the real truth. Because when you go to his Instagram, you hear him listening to the thug music. You don't hear him reading books. You don't see no photos of him doing nothing. He was into his football and roaming the streets with his damn animal friends. And this is the face of the devil. A black devil. And this is the guy that you guys uphold as some sort of martyr for the black community. This guy is a disgrace. And every so-called black man, black woman that been signing or siding with Karmelo Anthony, you are going to be judged by God. And not only that, karma is coming back to the black community, because there will be more deaths and there will be more bloodshed. And when it happened, I want y'all to keep that same energy. I want you to keep the energy when a white man kill another black kid. And I want you to come on YouTube and be like, well, the white man did it out of self-defense because he was fearing for his life. I do not want to hear you hypocrites say, oh, the white man did it because he's a racist. No, everybody's a racist when it's white people. But when it's black on black crime, the black community goes silent and nobody want to talk about anything. And that's the sickening problem with the black community, is that every single day there's a murder in the black community and nobody is talking about it. No one cares. No one raises money. No one cares. No one cares. You know how many black people died yesterday in the black community? No news reports. No YouTubers are talking. Nobody cares. But oh yeah, Karmelo Anthony, let's make another video. Let's run the numbers up so I could get my YouTube check. Man, I'm getting my big YouTube check this month. I can't wait. I'm going to make $15,000 this month. I cannot wait. I'm going to get $20,000 this month. Man, I cannot wait. That's what content creators are saying right now. Content creators are sitting back saying, man, I can't wait to get my check. And you dumbass viewers that are viewing their content, siding with them, don't even understand that you getting hustled. There are no witnesses. You are just hearing a bunch of gossip from YouTubers. You folks are just literally crazy. Y'all be listening to videos, hearing people say things when there is nothing in any report about anything. Ain't nobody start anything. And if somebody started a fight, where your hands at? Where you ninjas' hands at? Y'all always talking about y'all gangster. Y'all always talking about y'all thugging. Y'all always talking about y'all on the block. But you mean to tell me the white boy pulled up on Karmelo and he ain't have no damn hands? Is that what you telling me? Are you telling me that the white man have more hands than the black man? Is that what you telling me? Are you telling me that you sorry ass ninjas don't got no hands when the white man come, that you got to go get a gun or a knife? Damn. Wow. This is crazy, man. And the sad thing about this is that Karmelo admitted to killing him. Karmelo admitted to killing this dude, and yet the black community is sitting here siding with him, and he's a thug, a killer, and y'all siding with him? This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy, bro. Everybody trying to find dirt on everybody, but nobody's finding the truth. The only reason why I'm bringing up this issue with this photo is because you guys out there are publishing this photo, and y'all basically using a photo from the hunting activity of Austin and his brother. What does their photo have to do with anything in regards to the case? Why don't you find photos of them where they're wearing suits, when they're in school? No, you put this photo with Austin and his brother with a gun because you're trying to paint them in a bad light. Why? Because you're a black racist. So if you're going to do that, I'm going to do this. Look at the photo with Karmelo. Karmelo's holding a gun, and he's not at a gun range. He's not outside hunting. He's thugging, and he's showing how gangster he is with his friends. And this is the kind of lifestyle that he lived behind the scenes, listening to drill music and trap music, holding guns and throwing up gang signs. And this is exactly the lifestyle that he's involved in. So keep hiding the truth. There is no way that Karmelo is going to walk free. Number one, the case is not a case of self-defense. I already told you guys, and I brought forth the law. I brought forth the law in regards to the case. When it comes to this particular issue, you cannot tell me that Karmelo did what he did out of self-defense. I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to continue to do this for the people in the back of the classroom that don't seem to have any brain cells when it comes to truth. So here we go again, guys. Just in case you're not as smart as I would like you to be, let's show you what the law says according to self-defense, because you know, black people are just not educated in nothing. They don't know nothing about law. They don't even know how to stand their ground. Even in a stand your ground state, black people do not even know how to stand their own ground. They don't know. And this is why when they use guns or knives in a self-defense situation, they normally go to prison. Why? Because they don't know the law. So let's give you the law. To protect yourself in Texas, you got two options when it comes to self-defense. You can use force or you could use deadly force. There are two circumstances that must be available before you can use either one or the other. Right? Now, for this one, it says use of force, justified when reasonably believed immediately necessary to protect against another's unlawful force. So, if Austin used force to put his hands on Karmelo, then Karmelo have the right, according to self-defense, to use force in terms of his own hands. Do you see the difference? If Austin put his hands on him, Karmelo have the right to put his hands back. That's called self-defense. Do you see the difference? But now look at option 2, the use of deadly force, justified when reasonably believed immediately necessary to protect against another's use of deadly force or to prevent death. Was Karmelo preventing death? No. Was Austin using deadly force on Karmelo? No. Let me not tell you Karmelo going to prison, y'all. Karmelo is going to prison. Karmelo is going to prison. And you ninjas that don't know how to read, don't know how to write, don't study law, you're dumb. Because you're fighting a fight that's not going nowhere. Just like every other fight you fight with, it never goes nowhere. And you end up wasting all your money. All those hundreds of thousands of dollars that you sent for Karmelo went to waste because he used deadly force. He used deadly force in the circumstances that wasn't there. Austin never came to Karmelo with a gun, with a knife. There was no threat of death. There was no use of deadly force on him. He was simply told he's not supposed to be here. Do you understand? And what black people are going around saying, well, you shouldn't put your hands on nobody. So black people are basically saying that if somebody put their hands on them, they'll kill them. This just goes to show the savagery in the mindset of black people, that they believe that if somebody put their hands on them, they got the right to kill them. So if a cop take you into custody and put their hands on you, does that mean you have the right to kill the cop? If a cop grab you and throw you against the wall, do you got the right to kill the cop? You understand? Look at these ninjas saying they jumped him. Where is that in the report? There is no facts that said that Karmelo was jumped. You black people are shameful. You should be embarrassed. And guess what? When they find Karmelo guilty and he served time, I'm telling you, I'm running the numbers up on all the content. I am running the numbers up. And all you content creators that made videos, I'm running the numbers up all day, every day, because all you do is act racist every single day. Y'all busy saying stuff that is not even in the report. Y'all just saying gossip. He was jumped. First, y'all said he was punched in the face. Then y'all said he was jumped. Well, if he was punched in the face and jumped, why the brother ain't arrested? Why the lawyer ain't going in saying, oh, he was jumped by the brother? Why the brother ain't arrested? You folks are pathetic, man. And this is so sad how the black community don't use their brain. This is why nobody takes y'all serious. This is why. You got this thug gangster in a photo with a gun. a thug gangster, but yet you folks want to paint him as this honor roll student with a suit. And he a thug out here killing people. He murdered this white kid because he's jealous. And I told you already, listen, Karmelo's on the football team. So why do you think he took out Austin? Because Austin is a better player than him. And he's jealous. And he wanted him out of the way. This is a long time beef that been going on and off the field, guys. I'm cracking the case and y'all still ignoring it. You think this started over a seat? You think this really started over a damn seat, man? This was a rivalry issue, man. This was a beef that been going on for a minute. How you gonna tell me that Karmelo was such a coward he couldn't throw his hands? If the white boy put his hands on him, why he ain't just man up and knuckle up? He a football player, right? He supposed to be tough, right? He could take a hit. Come on now. When you getting tackled, you taking hits all day from different sides of dudes. So don't tell me that he's such a weak ass that he couldn't throw his damn hands. This man is a football player. So you got different dudes that is bigger than him that probably tackled him. He took many hits on the field. So I don't want to hear nothing that he was scared, that he was this. You can't be a football player and be scared. I said you can't be a football player and be scared. There is no way you could be on the field as a football player and be a pussy. No, because in order to be a football player and take a hit, you got to have some courage. He went out there to kill Austin. He was there to kill. And if he was being bullied, why would he stay in there? Why would he stay in a place and that's being a place of being bullied? I don't like when y'all keep using that word bully because you acting like these are little kids, like these are 5-year-olds in prep school who are literally being bullied, taking the other kids' lunch money and apple. No, that's not the case here. These are young men that know right from wrong. You understand? Karmelo could have walked away. Karmelo could have moved on. Karmelo brought a knife to a school. That's illegal. You don't supposed to have no knife on you. Karmelo made a threat. Karmelo said, you put your hands on me, watch what happened. That's a threat. He basically told him, if you put your hand on me, watch what I'm going to do. Okay, so if that's the case, if Karmelo said, if you put your hands on me again, watch and see what happened, and he used deadly force, that's not self-defense. He violated the law and the statutes of Texas. He's going to prison, y'all. And the white community is 100% correct when they talk about this issue. You could call me a coon. You could say whatever you want. I'm not here to defend white people. I'm here to defend the truth. Because either way you spin the story, I'm going to defend the truth, whether they white or black. You understand? I defended Sonia when she got shot in her face by the racist white cop. I defended Jordan Neely when he got executed in the train by getting choked out by the racist military guy. I was on the front line defending him in those cases. I wasn't defending the white man. I defend who literally is the victim. And in this case, Austin is the victim. You understand? The self-defense law statute says for the use of deadly force, justified when reasonably believed immediately necessary to protect against another's use of deadly force, or to prevent death, serious bodily harm, injury, or the commission of violent crimes such as aggravated kidnapping, murder, sexual assault, or robbery. None of those circumstances was available for Karmelo to use deadly force. So all of that self-defense stuff by using a knife to kill him, nope, that's not gonna hold. And all of you black folks that are saying that he used self-defense, it was the right thing, you're murderers. You're murderers. And this is why a lot of white people don't want to be around black people, because this is your mentality. Your mentality is killing people. That's your mentality. Austin didn't have a knife. Austin made no threats with a gun. No. But this animal, this football player, decided to go to an event that had families and kids. And he decided to pack a knife in the bag. Why? To use on Austin. That was his intent. You know? But this is the image you want to paint of him. This is the image. And again, we post the Instagram page, just in case you folks don't know. We post the Instagram page. So when you see all these YouTubers now start talking about this story, you know what it is. You know, it is what it is. There go the Instagram page. That's Austin's Instagram page right there from 2023. And it shows the photos of him with his thug buddies. You understand? Talking about Photoshop this and Photoshop that. No. Austin is a thug and a goon. Just like you see these ninjas on YouTube holding guns and acting gangster, that's exactly how Karmelo is behind the scenes. You understand? Look at the face. Look at the face of this demon. Holding a lighter and putting the evil face with a middle finger up. That's exactly how he feel after killing Austin. This is what's going on. This is what the media don't want to show you. You understand? Absolutely sick. You know? Absolutely sick. You know what's so sick? What gets me upset is the fact that they used this photo by showing Austin and his brother with guns. They're hunting. That's them taking a damn photo. They're with their father. See, this is the problem with you ninjas. Y'all never had father time. Y'all never was raised with your daddy. So you don't know what this is like. You don't know what it's like when dad put the camouflage gear on you and go out to hunt. You don't know what that's like. You never experienced that. You're void of that experience. That's why you're so bitter and angry and jealous of the white community, because they got their fathers with them and they're able to go to the gun range. Daddy is able to take them in the car and teach them how to drive. And you're jealous of that. So you're going to take a photo like this and put it side by side with the guy with the suit. What are you trying to do? You're trying to make it look like the white boys are out to kill black people. And you're trying to make Austin look like a good student. You know that very same photos on his Instagram? That very same photo with him with the suit is on that same Instagram page, y'all. The same photo is on the Instagram page. No cap. Go check it for yourself. It's on the page, guys. It's absolutely on the page. You would think that Karmelo would have deleted the page. No, he ain't delete the page. They even got people over there commenting. They even got people on the page commenting about him, telling him, hope they put you right next to Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody even said something along of the lines of how his face looked like the face of somebody that would kill somebody or do something to somebody and basically run from the scene, which is true. Let me see if I can find that comment, because this is sick, man. It's absolutely sick how black folk are defending a thug, like a literal thug, man. A thug. Why would y'all do that, man? Because he killed a white kid, so y'all feel like this is a good thing for the black community? All this does is make the black community look bad, bro. It makes us look bad, man. Because y'all not standing on what's right. We know there's a lot of cases out there where black people were done dirty. We know that already. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Just because Karmelo is black does not mean you side with him when he committed a crime. It was not self-defense. I showed you the statutes. I showed you the laws, guys. There was no justification for stabbing a man in the heart for putting his hand on you. No. So this is what's going to send him to prison. He's going to do some time, guys. Make no mistake about it. He's going to do some time. And what's so crazy is they switched attorneys because they're corrupt. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. The people representing Karmelo is a corrupt organization, man. They're all corrupt. All of them. And to the FBA community. I thought you believed that the white man is the devil and he's a tether. But yet the white man is trying to defend Karmelo. I thought he's a tether. So let me get this straight. You want to use the white man when it's convenient for you? So when it's convenient, it's okay to have the white man as an attorney. You see how that goes with the black community? A bunch of hypocrites, man. When they ready, they call white people tethers and racists. But when it's time to defend Karmelo, they don't have a problem with the white man defending him. This is crazy, man. You had that demon new breed in a video doing a video about the Karmelo thing when they released him from the jail. He's like, let's go, all excited. We're going to see that let's go when he get put in prison. I made sure and downloaded that video just for that day. Trust me, because all of that celebration in that video made him look horrible. It made him look bad because he was celebrating that Karmelo killed the white boy, and he's supposed to be a so-called Bible believer. He's supposed to be a man that believes in God. But he was celebrating. You should have seen him. He was celebrating. We're going to do a video about that later on. He was literally celebrating in the video, you know? And it's crazy. You know, look at somebody in the chat says, whatchamacallit, let me see what you said. He wasn't in jail for essaying women. That was Austin's father. Well, the point is, people went and dug up dirt on the father from 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever the father did in 2011 is 2011. He served his time and did whatever he had to do. How many of you would like us to go in your past and bring up something that you did and bring it today and use it against you? That's crazy. What about your father's prison record, your mama's prison record? What about your felonies? Do we need to judge you by that, or did you change? Which one is it? Because that's what we do. People take narratives and spin them because they go and find dirt on somebody. That's wrong. That's wrong. You know? Here goes somebody says, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So let me get this straight. So your great-great-grandfather, if he was a racist, does that mean you're a racist? If your great-great-grandfather was a racist, does that mean you are racist because the apple don't fall too far from the tree? If your father murdered someone in Vietnam or did this and that, does that make him, does that make you a bad person? I mean, people be saying some of the dumbest things, guys. But this is what goes on in today's day. All you got to do is just look at how people comment and you'll know who's who, because they're not using no sense of logic or intelligence. If I'm a man and you're judging me because of my father's past crimes or running with the law, then that's just sick. Then that means that Karmelo is not necessarily a good kid, because all you got to do is just go into his family tree, go into all his relatives and look up all their dirt, find all of their criminal history, felonies, and let's just judge him. Real stupid stuff. But this is how black people are. They just run with narratives and make up stuff. So let's go find some dirt on the father from 2011 and let's put that out there to try to spin a narrative that, hey, you know, Austin is just like his father because, you know, he got arrested for sexual assault, so he must be a bad kid. Really? How many YouTubers have so-called felonies? How many of these YouTubers that make videos talking about Austin in a bad light, how many of them got felonies and records? How many of these YouTubers can't even go get a job because of their criminal past? They got to stay on YouTube. They cannot go get a job. And even if they got a job, they're not making no money. Most of these YouTubers are actually selling drugs and hustling right now. Listen, a lot of y'all folks are deceived. You got YouTubers that are on videos making content, and when they off YouTube, they selling drugs. You know what I mean? Busy selling drugs. You see? And this is sad, man. Absolutely sad. Karmelo is a damn animal. He's a killer. He's a racist. And he wanted to kill Austin that day out of jealousy. He was jealous of Austin the whole time. Why? Because Austin was a better player than him. And he was jealous. All of these photos is taken from Karmelo's Instagram. Karmelo's Instagram is there to expose his dark, hidden thug life. And that's what I'm trying to make the public understand today. Since we want to take up photos, since we want to air things out, okay, air this out. Karmelo holding guns. He's a gangster. What did he need a gun for? Why is he holding guns? I bet he be driving around with his goon friends late at night with guns. But the public ain't showing this. Why his attorney ain't showing this? Why everybody ain't showing this? Why it's not going out there? You know? What's really going on? You know? What's going on? What's really happening? Why nobody is publishing these photos to show Karmelo with a gun, but instead, y'all want to go out there and show this photo? Like this is how he dress every day. Like he's at church every day. He's not at church every day. He's with his friends every day. And that's what he's doing. You know what I mean? Why they switched up attorneys? Why? Why they got these fake attorneys? These corrupt attorneys representing Karmelo. Y'all better do the research because we're going to bring out information. There's a lot of dirt going on. There's a lot of dirt, a lot of evil, and I'm telling you, it's going to all come out. A lot of you black folk that are signing with Karmelo, you're going to look bad, bro. You're going to look very bad, man. When this case is over and Karmelo do time, I'm telling you, don't get mad at me because I'm running the numbers up when it comes to content. I'm taking all the videos of all you people that have been talking all this dirt about Austin, and I am running the numbers up for weeks upon weeks, and I'm going to keep making videos and reactions over and over and over. Because why? You guys are not smart. I told you the law. The law in Texas and the statutes for self-defense are right on the screen. Karmelo had no grounds to use deadly force. None. Nobody had a knife. So how could a man have hands and you pull out a knife and kill him? You didn't stab him in his arm and run. You didn't subdue him. No, you stabbed him in his heart because you wanted to kill him. You know, that's what you want to do. And it's just sick. And see, again, I'm the only YouTuber that keep it 100%. Everybody else copies me. If you viewers do your research, everybody copies Ringo TV. I don't get the views, guys. People be looking at me like, oh, he's making all this money. He's doing this, fam. There's no money in doing content like this. There's no money in doing contents like this. If I make money doing content like this, it's somebody hit the super chat or somebody hit the Cash App. There is no money from ads on these videos. You know why? Because nobody likes the truth. No one likes the truth. The ones who are making the money are the ones getting the views. And if you look at the people making videos supporting Karmelo, they're getting hundreds of thousands of views. Hundreds of thousands of views. You know what that translates into? Big checks. So they're getting paid big checks, $10, $15, $25,000 a month they're making off of making videos every day about Karmelo, supporting him because they know the black community gonna ride with them. I know the black community is not going to ride with me, so there's no money in it. So when you folks say, oh, he's being paid by white people, he's sold out, he's this, I want to know what does that mean because it don't translate to money. When you say I sold out or I sold out, how? I don't make money from this. So if I'm not making money from it, then really what's the motivation? My motivation is honor and truth. And if you study my platform, you would know that I'm always defending what is right. And that's what I stand on. I have morals and I have ethics, values, something a lot of you black folk don't have. Now, you might hate white people because you're a racist. Well, I don't. I'm not a racist like you. I actually stand for truth. Whether it's a white man that got killed or a black man that got killed, I'm going to stand firm. You know what I mean? I'm going to stand firm. Let me see if I can put something on the screen so I can pull up some receipts just so that the viewers and stuff can know exactly what's going down. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me hurry up and see if I can find this real quick because we did this the other day, but I want to make sure that I could do this here so that the people can see the truth of my character, because a lot of people will try to paint me out as, oh, he's a sellout, he's a coon, he's a this, he's all these negative things. This is what they normally do for people that speak the truth. So let me put some receipts on the screen so that you're able to see the reality of the kind of work that I do. You know what I mean? So you know that I'm not here playing a game. So let me do this real fast. Now, check this out. Let me put this on the screen and let me get this. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can find this. Give me a minute. Okay. Where is that other image? Is it here? I'm not know if it's here. Let me see. I think I got it. I probably don't have it here. I don't think I got it here. But I know I did a video on it. You would have to look at the video. But just right on the screen there, is a receipt that shows when I reported on the story regarding Jordan Neely, when he got killed in the train. I did two videos defending Jordan Neely, a black man who got killed by a white racist. And I defended Jordan Neely because he was wrongfully killed. He was wrongfully murdered. When you study the video, it was wrong. They killed that man. He was hungry. That's all he wanted was for some food. He wasn't attacking nobody. He wasn't doing nothing. And they killed him. And basically what I did was I defended him. But you got these YouTubers out there smearing my name, calling me a coon, telling me I sold out. And you viewers, because you don't do the research on me, you just ride the wave of these YouTubers. Now, why are YouTubers telling you that I'm a coon and I'm a this? So that you don't watch me, so that you watch them. And what happens when you watch them? They make the money. Can't you see the play? It's not about justice. It's about who wants to make money. So what do you think they're going to do? Smear my name. He's a coon. He's a soul out. He's a this. He hates black people. Well, if I hate black people, why I defended Jordan Neely? And again, go on my channel, type up Sonia. I defended Sonia, the black woman who was shot in the face by a white cop, just because she said I rebuked that in the name of Jesus. And I defended her, spoke boldly about the situation, defended a black woman who was killed by a white racist. So please explain to me how I'm a coon. See, I'm only a coon to black people when I defend what's right when a white man needs justice. But when I'm defending black people, nobody cares. You see how that works? It's crazy, right? But this is how the world is, guys. So anyway, we're going to get up on out of here. We got more content coming up later on. I just wanted to put that out there. We're going to be doing more content about the Karmelo situation and various other news. Understand, ladies and gentlemen, you can judge me all you want. You can hate me. You can call me names. But when you check my track record and you check my platform, you know I have a track record of just speaking the truth. Now, a lot of you black racists, you're going to continue to be racist because you hate white people. It is what it is. But as you continue to do this, keep that same energy when the next black kid die at the hands of a white man. I want you to say that the white man did what he did out of self-defense. I want you to keep that same energy. Don't say, oh, you know, he's a gangster, he's a thug. No, he did it out of self-defense. Keep that same energy because you're defending a murderer. Karmelo is a murderer. He's a thug. It was not self-defense. He's a coward. He could have put hands on the white boy if he wanted to. That's self-defense. If somebody put their hands on you, you have the right to fight them too. There was no threat of death. They were at a public event. Y'all acting like these dudes was in a bar. They were at a public event. Ain't nobody was supposed to die. Nobody was supposed to walk away dead. Karmelo ran after stabbing this man in the heart. If it was self-defense, why would you run? If it was self-defense, what are you running for? He even admitted that he did it and then asked the cop, could I claim self-defense? Could you claim self-defense? Bro, you going to jail. It is what it is, gang. Y'all rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Y'all be safe, man. For real, for real. Ringo TV reactions. Rate, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.